A very warm welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris, and today's topic is Happiness Unlimited. Namaskar.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Shivani Didi. We were talking about happiness in the last episode, and earlier we were talking about dependency, and last time we were talking about, what was that?
Achievements.
Achievements. And honestly, I've been speaking to a few friends of mine, and we've met some very dear friends, and they said, earlier they used to teach us IQ, and then we came to EQ, then we came to SQ. Like that, they still say that there's something called eustress, a good stress, like you have good and bad cholesterol. And they said, so they say that we need that kind of stress and tension. And one of my friends was telling me, I wait till the end, and when I'm stressed and the time is less, then I work. What is all that?
We need to ask ourselves. It's a belief system. It's something that we're hearing everywhere around us, that unless there is stress, I will not perform. If there is no stress, I will become very passive and laid back, and I wouldn't have that drive. They call it that drive to perform, to achieve. So we need to ask ourselves, is it really true? For that, I need to ask myself, what is this stress? And when I experience it, how do I feel? It's like my normal way of walking, and then suddenly I have a problem in my knee. When I have a problem in my knee, it starts paining. I'm still walking, but is the walking the same as I was walking before when everything was fine?
No, that's with pain.
That's with pain. So it's going to be a little uncomfortable. But I say, this is okay, this is natural, with age, a little pain and all is part of life. So I still keep walking. And because I'm not taking care of healing it, the pain is constantly there and at times even aggravates. But I'm still managing my life. Now suddenly I have to run because of some reason. Will I be able to run with that pain?
No.
I will not. Same thing with stress. Stress is here. It's a little pain. In the way I feel. Let's just sit back and remember the last time I experienced stress, which won't be very long back. It will be probably today, sometime in the day, or yesterday. And how did I feel? Even if you're not able to check yourself on the emotional level, even just check the physical, pathological parameters. Your heartbeat increases. Your pulse rate increases. At times your mouth goes dry. You start feeling a very uncomfortable feeling in the stomach. Your head gets heavy. This is when the effect of the mind has already taken its toll on the body. And this is a much later stage. It's a much, much later stage. Even when we used to go and give exams, so on the day of the exam in the morning,
stomach, butterflies.
Yeah, the day you have to give a public speech, your mouth dries.
It dries and the shivers, the legs used to shiver, yeah.
So this is the effect of the mind on the body. But this is a much later stage.
But I thought it was just normal, The first time I was facing a camera, I went on doing, because the whole thing was getting dried, my mouth, my lips.
So do you perform better?
No, it was very bad.
Yeah. And let's say a little child goes to his exam. Exam is a target. Exam is a pressure. But if he creates anxiety, does he perform better? I remember when we used to give our exams and come back and we used to evaluate our own performance. And there were places where we knew the answer and we had made mistakes. And then we used to call it as careless mistake. So what's a careless mistake? I know the answer, but I've written something else. Why? Clarity is not there. Why? Because anxiety is there.
So we should not call that carelessness or careless mistake. It's a wrong line then.
Yeah, it's not careless. It's because it's careless here. I didn't take care here. So obviously there is clarity of thinking is gone. Decision-making power is affected. Performance will get affected. My hands would be trembling. My speed of writing will slow down. And I'll say I didn't finish my exam.
So why do people say that I work the best when I'm stressed and when I'm tense and when the load is on my head to finish?
Load is
if
fine.
The target is there.
Load is fine. Target is fine. Pressure is fine. Stress?
Load, target and pressure. Pressure doesn't mean...
Pressure means I have to do this by tomorrow evening.
Okay.
This is a deadline. It's a target. It's a pressure.
So all that is okay.
Yeah, if you remove that target from me, then I'll take 6 days to finish it. But the minute you tell me this has to be completed by tomorrow evening, so there it is, bang here. Tomorrow evening this has to be finished. Target. So immediately I start working faster. But while I'm working faster, if I start creating the thoughts, how will I finish it by tomorrow evening? If I don't finish it by tomorrow evening, what will be the consequence? Will I be thrown out of my job? Will my boss get angry with me? What if someone else finishes it before me? Does that mean they will go ahead? If this happens, my career is finished. I'm still performing. I'm still working.
But what is in the mind?
But what is in the mind? Now this, what is going on in the mind is stress.
And also negativity.
That negativity is stress.
Okay. So negativity is stress.
Yeah, because anything which creates an uncomfortable feeling. Target, fine, this has to be finished by tomorrow evening. 2 people are given the same target. They have to finish this job by tomorrow evening. Both will set to achieving it and both will achieve it. So that means both will reach the destination. But the journey will be different for both of them. One will be, yes, I have to achieve this by tomorrow evening. Now nothing else on my mind, only this work. And I am going to do this by tomorrow evening. Journey. The second person.
What if something happens?
What if something happens? What if I don't achieve? Look at my boss. He's gone home and he tells me, I was supposed to go home. Today's my daughter's birthday. I had to pick her up on the way. This, that. And I'm still working. And I will still reach there by tomorrow evening. But the journey. So one has reached the destination with stability.
Happily.
And the other has reached the destination creating stress.
And the end result?
And the end result, externally the same, both have performed, but internally?
The other person is totally fatigued.
Yes.
Oh, it was so much of tension, so much of pressure. Those days, I mean, they were like nightmares. That would be the end of the other person.
But that person will conveniently put the responsibility on the pressure. Obviously, I had to feel like this. The target was so tough. I had to do it in 24 hours.
And it's so normal and natural.
Yeah.
You would do the same if you were in my place.
Yeah, that's how we condition everyone around us. Obviously, I would get stressed. It was pressure. Stress in science has a simple formula. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Pressure divided by resilience. Pressure, numerator, what's coming from outside. Targets, exams, relationships, situations. Traffic jam, deadlines, pressure. Resilience, my inner strength to face that pressure. Even simple metal sheets, you see in the industry, different metal sheets subjected to same amount of pressure, stress factor of every metal is different because every metal sheet power to face that pressure is different. So the stress of every metal is different.
Yeah.
Pressure is the same.
Yeah, that's how they make the aircrafts too. So metal fatigue they count there.
That's all. So stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Today we have conveniently ignored the denominator and we say stress is equal to pressure.
And what about the resilience?
Ignored because I'm not ready to take responsibility of my inner strength. So stress is equal to pressure. So if I have an exam, obviously I will get tensed. If my boss is very tough, obviously it's going to be challenging for me. So because stress is equal to pressure.
But what do you think people like to be stressed? Somewhere they honestly like it, or what?
It's just that because we're not...
Why do they accept this easily than what you're talking about?
It's because when I'm not able to do it...
Not able to do what?
I'm not able to take care of it, so I just say it's natural.
So you mean to say it takes effort to not to be stressed and be happy in a situation?
Yeah, it's like if you say something to me right now which is not very pleasant, to get hurt is so easy. And it's so easy to just sit back and say...
You're saying easy, but even at this age, I should think it's so natural. I would say that to my child, oh yeah, naturally, this fellow said this to him, so this happened. Even if you go to a police station, they'll say the same. Even if you go to a court, they'll say the same thing. He was angry because of this and this happened, or he was intoxicated, this happened. They're all the time putting some blame on something else. Everywhere you go.
The weather changes. It's summer today, couple of days later it will be winter. It's so natural to fall ill. The weather's changed. It's very chilly. So you didn't just sit and roam around and say, it's natural we'll fall ill, the weather's changed. No, we open the cupboard and take out our woolens and protect ourselves. Don't keep on blaming the weather, do we? We protect ourselves. Things are going to happen outside. But because we did not learn the mechanism of how to protect ourselves, how to shield ourselves from the changes that were happening outside, we said it's natural to fall ill. It's natural to get hurt. It's natural to get stressed. Spirituality now focuses on the denominator.
The resilience.
Resilience. Pressure, situation, not in my control.
Situation, not in my control.
So numerator, not in my control. And in any situation, 10% numerator is responsible.
And 90? Resilience.
My power to cope with that situation.
My strength,
yes.
my power.
Because if the pressure is not there, there's no question, there will be no stress created. So 10% we give responsibility to the pressure. Remaining 90%, how much I take charge of how I am going to handle that pressure.
You mean to say, if something happens, an action, 90, that is 10%. How I react to that?
It's 90% because
somebody just hits my car a little. Maybe it's very old, I don't mind. If my car is just going for painting, which is brand new, I'll react more.
But that's still
and
a
it's
choice.
more expensive.
But it's still a choice, how you react. See,
So
somebody's
reaction.
hit your car. Two people were reversing their cars or two people were at a traffic junction and the cars hit. Situation not in my control.
Okay.
But now how I'm going to respond. Either I'm going to get out of the car, shout at him, be violent with him, abuse him, and then he also responds in the same manner, have 10 more people in the scene. That's a choice. The other choice is good morning, have a nice day, see you.
And the other choice is just smile or just say it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So good morning, have a
And
nice day.
finally, you've got to go to the insurance if you have to, otherwise no.
Even
what
if
else can you
not,
do?
more important is your insurance here. See, again, you claim your insurance and your car is repaired tomorrow. But the damage that gets done here every time a situation comes, where is the insurance and where is the repair?
That is a beautiful line, Sister Shivani. I just have realized it's a beautiful line. You said the damage and the insurance. And we always forget see how much suddenly realize that a car is damaged, I'm more concerned.
About the car.
So much of concern and so reacted so violently because of the car. Something happens to me, doesn't matter. What?
Because on my responsibility list, car is higher than myself.
Yes, even while drinking, eating or anything or speaking or hurting. This is a good point. I never thought of that.
When I keep my self-responsibility the highest, number one on the list, my state of being is my first responsibility, then whatever happens, I will first take care. Am I okay? Then I will see if everything else is okay.
Then you'll be able to see and also make others happy, or are you okay? Then you'll be capable enough to ask somebody, are you okay, or to help somebody. If you don't help yourself, how can you help others?
You can't. If you don't heal yourself, you can't take care of anyone. But I've seen so many people...
So this is not being selfish.
I have to ask myself, is it being selfish? If I don't take care of myself, I can't help you. I'm living under an illusion that all my time and energy is going into taking care of other people. What's the result? Today I'm under stress, my children are under stress. Today young children are experiencing depression. We're taking so much care of them. Depression was something which used to happen to people when they were 60 and above. Today we have school children. Today we have child psychiatrists. Are we fulfilling our responsibilities? This wouldn't be the result.
Yeah, this nice word responsibility. When I used to say, or everybody says, this guy is so irresponsible, the driver is irresponsible, the teachers today are irresponsible, the politicians are irresponsible. But by listening to you right now, you've made me realize that what about me? I am the most irresponsible person on earth by not being responsible for myself.
Responsible comes from the word.
I have to be responsible to teach a child how to be responsible.
First, I have to be responsible.
Yeah.
Responsibility, the ability to respond is responsibility. My
The
ability to
to
respond
respond.
in every situation is responsibility.
Okay, and that's the only thing in your hands.
That is the only thing in your hands. Imagine the irony of life, always trying to control things which are not in our control and
forgetting-
ignoring that one thing which is
Which
in
is-
our control, and then saying, oh, my mind is not in my control. That's the only thing which is in our control. Even this small thing of two cars bumping into each other, if you ask someone, you can just say, have a nice day, or it's okay, never mind, and just drive, and they'll say, no, no, no. Is that the way? The natural way is that you have to get out of the car and teach the other person. Okay, but if you explain to them, but you know what, you're creating so much damage, you're hurting yourself, they'll say, okay, but what about making the other person realize that he's made a mistake?
So that he won't make it again. So
Yes.
I'm doing him a favor
Yes, so I'm more interested
in teaching
teaching
others.
other people. Doesn't matter if I'm suffering. Because
But how
I'm
can you
taking
teach
charge of
somebody
the
in
world.
this? It was an accident, no? He didn't do it on purpose. So what are you going to teach there?
So now we ask ourselves, whenever it happens the next time on the road, I want to teach the other person, this is not the right way to drive. You should have looked the right way. I'm more interested in teaching the other people what's right, what's wrong. Forgetting
so the meaning
whether
of
I'm in
accident
the
is
right.
wrong here. So it was not accidental.
Yeah.
So you mean to say you behave as if it is on purpose he did that. So you've got to
Because that's what we always feel, na? Somebody else had made a mistake. That's why this happened. This is a small situation. The rule of the game remains the same, whether it's a small situation like this or a big one. I have a choice how I'm going to respond. And let me just sit back and just be aware. Every situation, I have a choice. And if I just say, it's okay and drive on, how do I feel that day?
I think so. You feel so nice and confident, and you might share this with your friends and go home and say, look, I did this today, and you feel royal.
You've just saved yourself from a lot of wastage of energy.
And the same day you feel nice about it.
Because you've conserved energy, no? You've conserved energy.
And conquered
Conquered your own
weaknesses.
yes. So it's something that has to be experimented with.
All these days I have been, a slave of my weaknesses, and
Absolutely.
suddenly, and honestly, you don't realize it that this what we are speaking right now at that moment. But some kind of happiness you get. This happened today. It happened with me the other day. I was going to the airport and somebody banged, and my driver was just about to get on. I said, just keep quiet. Just keep quiet. Just close the door and go ahead. Don't even look at him. Somebody banged behind. And there was a nice feeling. I felt nice about it. But right now, while discussing with you, I feel that, that was because I kind of conquered my weakness or weaknesses which were there from years and years.
And also you created the right thoughts at that time. So you're feeling better. If you create a thought, it's okay. It's just an accident. Move on now. It's a good quality thought. It's a good
over.
feeling. But if I create a thought, why didn't he look properly? He should have been driving properly. This is how people are. Who gives them their license? So much of corruption in this country. You can create all kinds of thoughts at such a time. So how are you going to feel after that? And so as will be the thoughts, so will be the feelings, so will be the abusive language, and so will be the energy exchanged. And then after all this, we reach work.
And this remains for how long? This kind of that mood and the agitation
Let's say I
within?
have to drive for about half an hour to work or 1 hour to work. This will stay with me for about half an hour. But the unfortunate part is within the next half an hour, there will be another situation.
And worse, because already
My immunity system has crashed. I've already fallen ill. See,
and your anger is almost here.
Yes. So now I reach the office and my receptionist is not there on her desk. She hasn't come to office on time. That's it. One more situation. And then I go to my desk and I see that the office boy has not cleaned my table properly. One more situation. And then my junior has not completed his work, which was supposed to be here on my desk at 10 o'clock in the morning. One more situation.
I was not informed about somebody who's going to come in at 10:30 and that person lands up.
So situation after situation after situation, and I keep on reacting, but every time I justify my reaction saying it is because of
this. I am right. I didn't do anything, but this happened. And it's so natural. That happens. Anybody would get angry. Anybody would get.
If you react, you're wasting, depleting your energy. You're reducing your emotional strength. And then when you come into the next situation, you will be weaker than before. And then the next situation, again weaker than before. By the end of the day,
and
fatigued.
This also becomes a habit.
Anything done repeatedly.
Again and again and again
and every
again.
time saying it's natural, it's natural, it's natural, so it's justified.
Then you get your high blood pressure, and then you get your heart problems.
But then it's natural, no? Today they will say high blood pressure is natural.
It's everybody, every third person has it.
Because if stress is natural, then the byproduct of the stress will also be natural. And then if the byproduct in me is natural, then it's natural for my children also to be stressed. So that's also natural. So everything became everything that was unnatural was labeled as natural and natural and natural.
So let's all get stressed and achieve what we want in life.
Yes, and then say we want happiness.
And unlimited.
Yes.
By the way, what is the meaning of unlimited happiness?
Unlimited, which is not dependent on any limited object, people, or situation.
Unlimited, which is not dependent on?
Not limited, any limited. Limited means physical, material, object, people, or situation. It's a state of being which is unlimited, unconditional, independent, free,
so
absolutely.
We are creating limitations.
And then dependencies. And therefore fear, what if I don't get it, then what? And then I will never be free. Whenever there is a dependency on someone or something, immediately the second thought will be of fear. What if I don't get it? You know, if I create a thought, like on achievements, if I achieve this, then I will be happy. Second thought will be, what if I don't achieve it? So I've immediately created fear. And as I've created fear, happiness is gone. And that's why you will find people saying that, you know, if everyone in the house is happy, they'll say, don't be so happy. You never know what's there on the next corner. So they're so fearful of even being happy. They're scared to be happy today.
They also say, don't be happy when you're happy. Don't be sad when you're sad, because you never know. Because this is very temporarily.
Because it's dependent, no, on situations. So today the situation is favorable, so you're happy. But don't be so happy because you don't know what the next situation is going to be. But if your happiness is here, independent of situations, then you can be happy 24/7. It's not dependent on any situation. It's not dependent on people. It's my creation, which I choose, irrespective of whoever and whatever outside.
I think it's a nice idea to have a topic called happiness 24/7.
If we really want, we have to ask ourselves, how often do I want to be happy? I remember we used to be in school, they used to ask us, which was the happiest day of your life?
Oh,
you have these happy days of your life, and then people will prepare a list. The day I came first in class, the day so-and-so thing happened, somebody will say the day I got my promotion, the day my daughter got married. So it's so conditional, it's situational.
So you've been conditioned from childhood.
So now let me ask myself, how often do I want to be happy?
I want to be happy 24/7.
It's possible, and we can do it. But for that, we'll have to take care of ourselves and take self-responsibility. And then it's possible. But if it's dependent on outside, then occasional. And the more situations become challenging, the more people, behaviors become unpredictable, it's going to be tough. And that's why we've started accepting stress as natural, whereas it was happiness which was natural.
Sister Shivani, thank you so much for explaining stress is not natural, but happiness is natural. And we were talking about achievement, achieving this, achieving that.
Absolutely.
And how to achieve. We'll speak in your next episode. Till then, would you mind a small little meditation for the viewers?
Let's sit back comfortably Let's look at myself. I, the creator of every thought and feeling. I have pressures in life, targets to achieve, deadlines to meet. It's just a pressure. I am the one who's going to achieve the target. Let me take care of myself as I work towards achieving the target. The quality of my thoughts and feelings as I move towards the target. Any fear, any anxiety, any worry, let me first sit back and change the quality of the thought. I am a powerful being, and I can achieve what I have decided. But I will first take care of myself. Nothing and no one can influence my state of being. It's totally in my control. I, the powerful being, protected and secure, now move towards my target. This is my journey, a journey of happiness. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Sister Shivani, and let's think or watch the qualities of a thought till we meet again in the next episode.
Thank you.